All right. So why it matters is that when we understand the nervous system, we understand that we have this green social engagement system. This is the belly breath. Okay. This is, man, I feel so at ease that learning is fun and easy, even if I don't know what's happening, right? Because learning can be fun and easy, right? Even if the subject matter is challenging, right? Learning fun and easy doesn't mean you know it all. Fun and easy means there's someone who feeds me when I'm hungry. There's someone watching the door. I have this belly breath, okay? So that's green, right? And then we have the fight or flight, which is kind of this, you know, kind of breathing that can happen. And that is more what I call red. So we're used to fight and flight, right? We know fight and flight. And fight and flight, whew, it's not easy in the classroom, okay? It's not easy. I get that. And that is part of like a protection mode. And then we have blue. Okay, so blue is the more shutdown. Blue is like, what's interesting about blue from a student perspective is that blue can be, I'm sort of shut down and tired, or blue is like, I'm so disconnected because of whatever reason. And so blue can look like a good student, right? Because blue, sometimes some folks can sort of call it in, right? They can just sort of be a little bit shut down and show up as engaged, but they're not coming from a safe engaged. They're just sort of compliant, right? And we'll get into that a little bit more. So just understanding that these nervous system states happen because the body is interacting with its environment, right? So that's a lot. That's a lot just thinking about that. Let's go back to that first practice that we did, and I just want to see if you notice if it's more impactful, and then I'm going to show you one more. So kind of just come back to the body here, feel your feet on the ground, maybe just do a tiny bit of tapping. Maybe do the curved finger one. See if you like one more than the other. Let's try this. This is kind of like just using the hands. It can be fast, it can be slow. All right. Okay, so before we get into any more meat of it, two things. One, I want you to really take care of yourself and where you are today. So if it's better for you to be camera off, go ahead. I'll miss your face. And y'all are doing big work every day. So whatever feels best for you, do that. You can turn your camera on or off. It's whatever. Just please do what feels good to your body. Okay, number two. When I was prepping for today, I was on the fence about how to share information, and I chose not to. We might bring in a couple of slides, but I chose not to because to have a slide dominant, like a slide forward presentation, because I would lose the ability to kind of use my nervous system to communicate with you, right? And so I thought, I have to sort of practice what I preach here and how much our bodies matter. And the ability for y'all to engage with this content will be so much higher if I'm here in the flesh with my face, with my voice. Okay. The other really cool thing about the vagus is that the small little branches that are in our face have everything to do with what's called the social engagement system. So when you have someone who's not making eye contact with you, it's because their autonomic nervous system is like, right? There's this branch. If we're going to have a flow chart, okay? there's this branch of like connection mode, protection mode. So connection mode is like, again, the baby, but connection mode can also be like, I'm playing some basketball, right? So connection mode is like, there's enough safety that I am here for it. My body is choosing connection. Okay, so connection doesn't always have to be a nursing baby, right? It is rest, but it's also being with other people in a way that is maybe a little bit higher heart rate. So play is part of connection, right? And I really want to talk about bringing play into the classroom. And not that I can tell you exactly how to do it because I'm not a teacher, but you guys, you're your own magicians, right? So I can just talk about the fundamentals of play and why play is a neural exercise and why it matters. And we can, maybe brainstorm some ways of how you already bring play in your classroom or how you want to do it going forward. But that is still part of connection. So we have connection mode and then we have protection mode. So when a body is in protection mode, it has lost its social connection. Okay. It's like that switch is actually turned off. It's not there. And so it can, not always, but it can look like somebody who's not making eye contact because the nerve endings that control all of those muscles here are like, they're not engaged. It's that there is an operating system that the body has, and it is not set to like, we want to look and talk to you, right? You can tell, when your kids are like that, right? Now, of course, there's kids who, for neurodivergent reasons or whatever, are totally connected and are not making a lot of eye contact, right? That's that, or maybe they just look up here and there. So there is a lot of individual difference, right? That's what we talked about at the beginning with the tapping, is like we have these very unique, highly intelligent systems. I mean, our bodies are like race cars, right? They are capable of so much. And so the trick is to understand how they work and then to understand a little bit of what's happening for other people so that we can move from a place of, okay, I know that a body's in connection mode or I know a body is in protection mode.